My name is Munz. I'm the Veterans Director at the Mesothelioma Center. I spent 9 years as an armor officer in the United States Army with service all over the United States, Korea, and I commanded a tank and light cavalry company in Baghdad, Iraq during Operation Iraqi Freedom in 2004 and 2005. My role at the Mesothelioma Center is to help veterans understand the different resources that are available to them and help them connect to VA benefits and understand the medical benefits that our team can assist them with. Veterans are at a higher risk of developing mesothelioma due to the amount of asbestos that was used by the United States military across all branches. Veterans were exposed to asbestos during the course of doing their jobs, whether aboard ship in the Navy or Coast Guard, working on vehicles in the Army, Marine Corps, or Air Force, or doing their jobs deployed overseas in urban environments. Some of the occupations for the military that had the most exposure to asbestos really starts with the United States Navy and Coast Guard. The ships in their inventory from the 1930s through the late 1970s and beyond contained large amounts of asbestos on board. Everybody who served aboard a ship during that time period had heavy exposure to asbestos. Some of the other branches that had exposure include the men and women who worked on military vehicles, including wheeled, tracked, rotary wing, and fixed wing aviation platforms. The VA medical system has 2 world-class mesothelioma centers that are available to veterans who are diagnosed with mesothelioma. One is at the Roxbury VA in Boston, and the other is at the Los Angeles VA Medical Center. Veterans who have mesothelioma can travel to one of those centers and be treated by a world-class physician and team to treat their disease. Veterans with mesothelioma may be entitled to several different benefits, one of which are VA disability compensation benefits. If the veteran was exposed to asbestos during their service, they may be eligible for a service-connected disability claim, which may be able to provide them with monthly income, provide their spouse with continuing benefits, as well as make them eligible for treatment at one of the VA medical centers that specializes in mesothelioma care. In order for a veteran to file a service-connected disability claim, there are 3 components. The first is that they need to have a current diagnosis of a disease that the VA recognizes as being caused by asbestos. The second thing that they need to be able to prove is that they had exposure to asbestos during their service. And the third thing that they need is called a nexus statement. There needs to be a link between their exposure in service and their current diagnosis. The VA considers the evidence of how the veteran was exposed to asbestos and their current diagnosis when they're determining whether or not a veteran has a service-connected disability claim. The basic eligibility requirements for filing a VA disability claim are service on active duty in one of the branches of service, a discharge of any type except a dishonorable discharge, and a current diagnosis of a disease that may be related to their service. VA pays between 10 and 100% disability, which ranges from approximately $150 a month up to $3,100 a month, depending on the severity of the disability. Mesothelioma claims rate at 100% disability, which is approximately $3,000 a month for veterans tax-free. The Mesothelioma Center can help veterans file for VA disability compensation claims by helping them understand how they were exposed to asbestos. Many veterans were exposed to asbestos during their service, as well as their civilian careers, and we can help them understand how and where they were exposed. This step is critical to proving service connection for an asbestos disease. We can also help them connect to their local Veteran Service Office to file the paperwork with an accredited claims agent. The most important thing that a veteran with mesothelioma must do is connect to a medical professional who specializes in mesothelioma, and our medical experts on our team can help them do that. The next thing that a veteran with mesothelioma must do is start the process of applying for some of the benefits that they may be eligible for, both through the VA and any legal claims, and that's how we can help get them started on that process.